recently got the 46. So
I'm just looking
he's
at his
he's
his
he's still
run.
he's still pretty well seasoned.
1:14:37. That's his RTA, which is a little bit off because it's on emulator, but still,
Yeah,
that's I mean, that's pretty good. That's like almost the same as Mickey's 46.
yeah.
So it's not like it's only just a 46 or anything.
No, it's gonna be a pretty tight match, I think, depending on RNG. And he's got a. I mean, there are some points. I know earlier he was having some issues with some rooms, and I know he's using a new controller too, which might trip him up some. But
Okay,
we'll see.
do you know what controller he uses?
He's using a. Actually, the fact that he's using a controller really throws me off because I know he runs on emulator.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I just forgot that when he said new controller, I just assumed it was an SP, but I have no idea.
It could be anything.
Yeah, could be probably a SNES controller.
I like the sync. They've been in sync for quite a few rooms. This is nice.
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty much doing the same movement for quite a while.
Oh, Ross pulls ahead by like 2 frames or something.
Not by much, but it's a lead nonetheless. And any lead against Eagle is gonna be a lead that he needs.
So Eagle, like, I don't know, man. Eagle came from Zero Mission, started playing Fusion, what, about 2 years ago now, or a bit less even.
I think he's It's been some time. I don't know if it's been 2 years. It feels like he started playing like a couple months ago and then just got a 45.
Yeah, he raced up the leaderboards pretty fast.
That's putting it mildly. I'm pretty sure he got his sub 50 in like no time at all.
Which kind of just goes to show that Zero Mission makes you really good at every video game.
Well, at Fusion probably, but I don't know.
So,
It's always been said that like the Fusion and Zero Mission are like interchangeable. If you're good at one, you can be good at the other.
well, that's what I was just gonna say. When are we gonna see JRP's, 27 and Zero Mission? That's what we're all waiting for.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he would actually have to run the game to start being good at it.
Yeah,
And I think he's a little preoccupied with Super Metroid at the moment.
Hey, we shouldn't be talking about JRP. This isn't his race.
Yeah, no, he
He'll
can.
be doing one of those later.
Yeah, whenever his losers matches against Shasta. See, these guys are gonna be pretty much synced up for. I'm gonna assume till the first eye door,
Yeah.
because that's when things are really gonna start to deviate.
Do you know if Ross is any good at idol doubles?
He is,
Alright.
at least to my knowledge, which I think he is. I know. I'm pretty sure that Eagle, the way Eagle does doubles is actually pretty interesting. He does. I didn't know he did them this way until I saw his ESA run when he did. He used a GameCube controller to use dual wielding controllers.
He leaves both plugged in and just switches for that movement. Pretty next level strats.
So I guess to explain to the chat, the way Eagle does his doubles, he leaves a GameCube controller plugged in, and what he'll do is he'll take the GameCube controller in his right hand, and he'll use the, I guess it would be the B button, or the A, I think it'd be the B button, because I don't think you can set them. So it'd be the B button. He uses that to do the doubles, like the A and B buttons, because according to him, they feel they're easier to press or something, or they feel nicer. Alright, looks like Ross got no beams.
Oh, really? Damn, that's not fair.
I think Eagle's on his third beam.
Yeah, he missed a double. Still, yeah, not too
Beams
bad.
in their doubles, yeah. Either of them got the double, but it's going to be determined by RNG, it seems. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, Ross gets that one roll. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure Ross has never beaten Eagle in all the times that they've raced.
Okay, that's an interesting statistic. So we could see history in the making.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that history had been made this tournament.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I think the first round we saw JRP losing to somebody who learned the game the day before the race.
I'd say JP lost to himself.
Yeah. But it's really, I mean, his loss actually really altered the brackets a hell of a lot.
Yeah, somebody is going to get messed up out of the top 8 spot. I think it's Kirby Master he's got on that side of the bracket.
Yeah, since I beat him, I beat Kirby Master this morning. I thankfully don't have to go and face JRP if I'm to lose the next match.
But yeah, we've been seeing quite a few deaths this tournament. Fusion, like, generally thought of as a fairly consistent game, but the people who, you know, play any percent at a high level obviously have been getting fewer and fewer A-tanks as time goes on.
Ooh, and seeing something that Eagle's doing here, he's grabbing the main deck missiles before going down the elevator to Sector 1. And where Ross did not take them. So
is that just to guarantee not running out at charge beam, or?
Yeah, I think that's because missile management is so intensive in Sector 1 that it's usually during like tournaments and marathons. It's usually widely suggested to grab those main deck missiles just in case things like take a turn for the worse or you take too much damage and your RNG is not on your side and you can't get as many missile drops. Those 5 extra missiles come in handy.
I wonder if Eagle is, going to be doing these adaptive, consistent strats sort of at this stage of the tournament, and then when we get to winners finals, he's going to go all out, maybe.
I don't know. I haven't actually seen all of Eagle's races to be able to make like a judgment call. I don't know if he's been getting that one every single time or not, but it's definitely a safe one to grab, and it's very easily replaceable later in the run. My guess is that he'll likely skip the Sector 6 missile, or he'll skip the missile tank next to the elevator. Ross having very good movement actually through this entire beginning segment. And the thing too is Ross has a really strong open to the game, so we're definitely going to be seeing Ross taking a bit of a lead. The Ross's back end to the game is slightly inconsistent.
Okay, a bit of an early game grinder.
Yeah, so Eagle's definitely going to be making up a lot of time towards the back end, starting around emergency probably. So if we start seeing Eagle catching up, that's probably what that's going to be. Because Eagle has a very solid late game, all things considered. There's not a whole lot to really talk about in Sector 1. I mean, it's move through and destroy the stabilizers. Ooh, I think Mickey got, or not Mickey, Eagle. He got, I'm getting everyone mixed up. There's so many people. It's been active. It's just confusing the names. I think Eagle got 3 or 4 pirates on the wall during that fall.
Good thing he had the extra missile.
Yeah. But I don't think Ross has taken any damage so far this entire Sector 1, so he's looking really good on missiles. So I guess we should explain that too. The way drops work in Fusion is based on your current health and missile count. If you're at full health, you're going to be guaranteed to get green X missile drops, and vice versa. If you're at full missiles, you're always going to be grabbing health drops. Though if you're missing missiles and health, it'll be a little bit random as to which will spawn in.
Let's go to his first beam off the run.
We also got a double on that door too.
Sweet. So 0 and 1, can't really ask how much better than that.
Yes, on the first 2 doors, they're those are the most important ones when it comes to beams. Eagle with a double as well. See if it's nice to, it's just as nice to Eagle as well. So the first 2 doors, since they just got the charge beam, they won't need to worry about getting certain rounds on the doors because they can walk up to the door with a charge beam and release it, and it'll kill it in 1 hit. Whereas we're trying to do I-door doubles, which was trying to line up 2 missiles like right on top of each other to hit on the same frame to do double the damage to the doors. And the first 2 doors are the only 2 doors where they had to go through 3 rounds, or quote unquote 3 rounds of eye door opens if they didn't score a double on the door. So it could be, and the doors are RNG and they can fire between 0 and 4 shots. It's more likely that they will fire 1 to 3 than it is that they'll fire 0 or 4. So getting one beam on those 2 doors is really, really good luck. And I know these two did a race right before this race about an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago that they finished. And I think Ross was getting some pretty bad luck. So
It's a good strategy to get out of the way before the tournament.
Absolutely. I know Eagle is also struggling a little bit too, but it seems like Eagle's RNG problems are still persisting a little bit. So yeah, the beginning of the game is not very. I mean, it's not very like intense yet. I mean, they're gonna be wanting to move like on the ground as much as possible, because Samus moves faster when she's running or rolling on the ground. When she jumps, her horizontal distance, I believe, is half her running speed.
The jump sucks in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, and they can't single wall jump either, for reasons, because it would break the game. Though you can single wall jump if you have screw attack, but don't have space jump for some reason.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really weird. You go into the debug menu and give yourself screw attack, but leave off space jump, you have the ability to single wall jump. And I assume it's because they maybe had originally put the functionality in, but once they decided that it might be, game breaking, they decided to take it out. And since you can't really get the screw attack without getting space jump, they just didn't remove that condition. Possibly, I don't know.
So what you're saying is in 2021, when we discover space jump skips, the game will be broken wide open.
Oh yeah, totally. Broken wide open once you get screw attack at the end of the game. I mean, it would be useful if like screw attack was obtained earlier in the game, but
Yeah.
it's so close to the end that there's and it's so like the event flags are hard coded, so it's not like we could just, unless we found a way to corrupt the event flags, then that'd be something.
Watch this space, guys.
So yeah, it looks like Ross still has a little bit of a lead, but it looks like Eagle might be catching up a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely closed the gap a bit.
I think he started to close the gap around charge beam, around that eye door. So yeah, throughout the game they're going to be unlocking different security levels, which is, what they just did before they go in to get bombs. Another thing we should mention too is that this is the first race that 2 of our racers are using the Japanese version of the game.
How is it?
So we had a rule in there where you'd have to race on English unless both of the runners agreed to run on the Japanese version. And we haven't really gotten anybody because mostly only the top runners of the game do the sub 50 crew, where the players that have around a 48 and below are usually the only ones recently who have been using the Japanese version. And the only difference that the Japanese version has to English is, there's a couple. You can skip the opening cutscene if you start over a file by pressing start. The text is 3 minutes faster, and that's only affects RTA. And there's one room difference that is about half a second slower on the Japanese version than English. And there's
Which is the patch to fix the reverse slice, right?
It's the backdoor to secret message.
Yeah.
So right next to diffusion missiles in Sector 4, they move the little puffer guy to the left a little bit and shifted it that entire block to the right to make it impossible to put a curved missile through there.
No fun allowed.
No, you have to, if you want to do it, you got to do it the old-fashioned way. But we are finding ways. I don't know, Mobius, if you... I'm assuming you do know about it, about what the ZX skip found for 0%. Wow. Boss got 0 beams.
Yeah, another 0 beam.
Jesus.
Yeah, I followed all that.
So yeah. So hopefully we can find a way to use that, but it's... Oh, wow.
Come on, Ross.
What the fuck, Ross? Try to cover up your RNG manipulation. 2, 3. Okay. Okay, he got max amount of jumps that time, so that's kind of making up for it.
Yeah, nobody remembers it now, but I was actually the one who found the memory corruption in the first place that started off all that research.
Oh, the, for 0%?
Well, I found the, like, out-of-bounds powerbomb stuff.
Okay.
And then, ZX was testing different out-of-bounds, that's how we found that setup.
Yeah, I know I was, for a while, I was trying to look somewhere in the Japanese version for a way to skip Bob, but could never find anything until ZX found the respawning block. Found that it only works on the English version. But, yeah, no, I'm still trying to grind 0% out a little bit.
It's kind of a shame it hasn't, like, taken off more as a category since that was found. I mean, it's still hard, obviously.
Oh, it's really hard. I'm actually submitting that for HDQ. The 0%.
Do you think Eagle's gonna go for the skip here?
He might. I think he definitely might. It would definitely, Ooh. I don't think he is, no. Never mind. If he had went for it, I mean, he probably would have closed the gap indefinitely, and they'd be, at a tie at the moment, but...
I mean, for real though, I think it's
playing it
probably
safe.
not worth going for, yeah.
Yeah, playing it, especially in a race like this, playing it safe, especially if he hasn't saved, playing it safe is the best bet there. Because he can easily make up, like, the 10 seconds that he's behind by.
Yeah.
Ross just moving incredibly well, actually. I don't think Ross is feeling any of the pressure of facing Eagle, which is really surprising. Usually, if you know, you're going against a player that's a little bit higher in skill level or has a little bit of a better time, there's always that little, you know, oh, I gotta go as fast as I possibly can to make sure I beat them, instead of just, you know, doing everything correctly. And sometimes it's, you do things too fast and you start making little mistakes and messing things up and getting mad at yourself for messing them up, and then you just mess up more.
Yeah, I think in a setting like this, it's best to just pretend the other guy isn't there and that you're doing a run, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like this morning when I was going against Kirby, I think I was getting some bad RNG, and I was really getting, you know, a little on myself for messing up the little things. And then at a certain point, I was just like, all right. And I sat back in my chair, and everything like went perfectly from then on out. So I mean, it's definitely like a half like a mind game with some of these races as well, especially when it gets down to the nitty gritty of the winners bracket.
Yeah, so this is winner's quarters. So the winner of this is guaranteed top 6.
Something like that.
And the loser has to play probably JC to get into top 8.
Yeah, most likely JC, but then again, Hubert might somehow beat X-Dragon and then work his magic powers on JC.
You never know, man.
At this point, if you're going against Hubert, watch out. See, he actually almost beat Exodo, I think. Exodo almost died in that race between Hubert and Exodo, if I recall correctly.
If it happens again, I mean, it's starting to get a bit suspicious.
Yeah. I think there was a little bit of a... After Hubert was going on his, you know, little victory parade, if he would have beaten Exodo, I think that a few people would have probably thrown their matches to try to get Hubert into the finals against Eagle.
So this coming up, this has always been one of my favorite boss fights to watch.
Yeah. Have you played AM2R yet?
Yeah, I have. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Especially the, I guess, would it be too much of a spoiler if we said about the one boss?
I don't know, how long's it been out now?
Just 6th, I believe.
It's what's there?
Huh? So it's already, yeah, it's been out about a month, I think.
A month. That's more than...
Yeah, so how did you like the Saris fight in AM2R?
It was cool. It was kind of like confusing for which my weapons were working. But yeah, all the boss designs are cool, especially me being used to Zero Mission where the bosses are so underwhelming.
Right. Also, we were talking, but both Eagle and Rossu just got a perfect Saris fight, as well as one beam each, I believe. And they basically had the same fight, where they... Wow, what? That was... I think they're both using the same video playback, except Eagle's is just a bit slower.
Yeah, I really like how consistent that fight is now, because like back when I first started following Fusion, Biospark's run used to pause buffer the Saris fight.
Oh, wow.
And, things have come a long way since then.
Yeah. Plus, it looks cooler not to pause buffer anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was, so Saris you can kill in 2 hits, for anybody in the chat that's unfamiliar. The charge beam is a little bit broken in this game, and by a little bit broken, I mean it does massive amounts of damage and kills almost everything in one shot. The original charge beam, which is the one that they have now, has 2 parts to it. Well, 3 parts. The 2 bits that fire straight out, each part, top and bottom, does 10 damage, and the flare around Samus's arm cannon when it's fired does 6 damage. Saris has 50 health, so if you get right into its face and fire it directly at its head, you can do 26 damage for each shot fired, killing it in 2 hits.
Nice low height from us there.
Absolutely, yeah. That's another low height, another trick that's used. Eagle got it as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you can, usually with the Shine Spark when you use it, Samus will hop up in the air a little bit and then use this, the Spark. If you can use it before Samus touches the ground, either by bouncing in Morph Ball mode, then unmorphing and using it, or using it before Samus touches the ground, she won't have that hop animation, and she'll just use it at whatever elevation she's at, allowing Samus to spark a lot lower than is intended. And especially in that area, it looks a lot cooler, I guess, or I guess what would the right word be? I guess it's a lot more efficient since you wouldn't be able to pass under that platform.
Yeah. So normally from the ground you would hit the like the 3rd height of block.
Yeah, I think it's 1 whole block that she hops up.
Yeah.
And they're just blowing right through the game. Jeez. It feels that way. I mean, it's been 20 minutes. It just doesn't feel like it. So Sector 3 is, I guess a little bit of a shorter sector, I guess, compared to the other first visits.
Yeah, I mean you don't see very much of it on this first trip at least. But this is it's a pretty hard section though.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of frame perfect tricks in this sector that are really, really cool if you pull off on pause buffered. The one being when you first enter. So when you first enter, there's those speed booster blocks that Ross destroyed when he entered. If you press down on the perfect frame, you can store that Shine Spark and then use it across both the big room and the room leading to the security lock. So you can, yeah, it's really hard. It's frame perfect, And I mean, it saves time, a couple seconds, but if you can get it, it looks really cool. And then there's the next one coming up where they destroy a block.
Nice.
Ross got it. You destroy a block and store the shine spark at the same time that you destroy it, so that way she doesn't fall. Samus doesn't fall through, allowing them to use the spark there. Eagle
Nice,
gets
you
it as
level
well.
2. Is there like a setup for that particular one?
Yes, sort of. Um, the room before there's like that big like box like that looks like a big radio box or something. Usually, if you stand on like the left side of it, or Samus's sprite is on like the left side of it, and start running, you usually want to press down right as she gets to that like second uh, structure in the back.
Okay.
Like just to the right of that is where the block is. I'm pretty sure, but at this point, these two have played it so much that it's just muscle memory to them. Eagle
Oof,
got
Eagle,
ooh,
so good.
he half got that spark.
Well, yeah. You got the cool bit.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, Ross
So
missing out
Ross.
the box a bit.
Oh no,
Oh, quite a
Ross
lot.
is messing the box a little bit. All right, he's found his bearings, thankfully. Not so much to where he was firing. Uh-oh. Ross has run out of missiles.
Ooh,
Oh, and he
catch
gotta
up.
catch up. And
Great fight
wow.
from Eagle.
They are literally tied at this point, pretty much. Eagle has caught up to Ross thanks to Ross's botched fight, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean it's a hard fight. If you're slightly out of position just for the start, then it's very hard to adjust.
Yeah, totally. And now he's out of missiles too, so everything just became a lot more dangerous for Ross.
Right.
So Eagle taking a bit of a lead here.
Would it be like prudent to use the recharge station here for us?
Um, Probably not. Because the next sector in Sector 6, there's the only thing that can really damage Ross is the blue X, and they pretty much follow a similar pattern every time. And if he needs missiles, he can just grab the missile tank on the left in the beginning of Sector 6 early, instead of when he's leaving.
And there's the energy tank before the Mega X, right?
Yeah, there's the right before the Sax encounter. So, I mean, usually there are times where it looks like you should one of the runners should use the recharge station, but there's a lot of different like backups that they can do to get health and missiles. Also, Ross could actually go for a shine spark to go through the barrier as well, and not have to pick up those missiles until his way out. But that one's a little bit more difficult to pull off. But yeah, no, that box fight. You wanted to start damaging it like the moment the fight started, because then it would start hopping around. What happened with Ross is that he missed both parts of the charge beam that he shot and the missile, so he started to run left, and he wasn't used to that position that he started hopping around in. So his positioning was a little off, so that's why he ended up taking a few missiles, and why it took him just a little bit to readjust. It's unfortunate, but sometimes these things happen, especially with Box's hitbox being not that generous. Actually, just noticed too that they didn't grab the E-Tank before Notori. They're both going to be running 3 E-Tanks, I think. Just slightly bit more dangerous, but in a race like this, I don't fault either one of them for that.
I don't know, man. I totally get it.
So Eagle taking a little bit safer around that blue X. What you can do is, in the room that Ross is running through, there's a blue X on the bottom one. You can shoot that box and then stun it with your beam, and then jump over it. It's not as tight of a jump as it sounds. It's actually pretty easy to dodge the blue X that you jump over. So what they're going to want to do here for the Sax skip is they're going to wait until Sax lays the power bomb. then they're going to peek out and then fire a shot either before or after Samus or SAX takes a step to get the SAX to turn around and start chasing after them, allowing them to be able to run underneath her and get to the side away from her very quickly.
Has anybody ever done that room without making a pattern on the power blocks, like in the history of mankind?
Without making a pattern? It depends. Sometimes I don't because, you know, I'm lazy.
I just can't imagine not doing it.
Ooh, lost.
Don't think. Alright, there we go.
Yeah, we got one. So, remember how they used the charge beam for this Saris? They're doing the same thing here, where they're just damaging themselves to get inside the Mega X, and then firing it inside Mega X to deal 26 damage, because I'm pretty sure Mega X does or has 100 health.
That would make sense.
So 4 shots is all they really need to destroy Mega X, even though it looked as though Eagle had 5 or 6 shots, I believe.
It was 5, yeah.
Ross having a bit of trouble with those doubles on the Core X there.
So what would you say is the next, like, choke point where Ross might expect to catch up?
Where you might expect to catch up? Well, I mean, Sector 5 is pretty... If Eagle was to make a bit of a mistake in Sector 5, that could... Or, well, the mistakes that he's making here in Sector 6 could allow him to catch up. But there are some small things in Sector 5 that are... If he pulls a secret key, or if he forgets to grab the ice missiles before going back to the navigation room, that's definitely one of them.
That would be pretty bad, but...
Yeah.
I don't think you can expect something like that from Eagle.
Yeah, I don't think he would do that, though. Or, woo.
Oh, bad.
Boss falling down. But, Eagle's electing to get this one. That's interesting. I guess he's going to be skipping one of the main deck ones. But I think, honestly, the next part that he can expect to catch up might be at Emergency.
Okay.
Maybe. It depends on how well of an emergency he has and how bad of an emergency that Eagle has. That and our Idor RNG, because I'm pretty sure that was where I was able to catch up to Kirby earlier today, was Emergency. So it's definitely one of those segments that can be a game changer. Oh.
So is Eagle destroying Ross?
No.
Not necessarily. I mean, he's got a pretty decent lead. And by decent I mean let's see here. I'd say he's got a 7-second lead.
It's not a lot, man.
So he's got like one failed nightmare away, or even one failed emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any slip up can change the lead.
Oh, but Eagle's gonna go 45 missiles. Uh-oh, that means he'll never catch up. Losing all that time.
Well, I mean,
Literally
45
2
missiles
seconds.
isn't so bad. Yeah, I mean, getting 45 missiles isn't terrible. It'll definitely help him with the was it Notori?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it saves
it'll
time.
help him with the Notori fight. I couldn't think of the boss name for some reason.
It saves more time on other bosses if you get crappy RNG.
Whoa.
Like, if you get Nightmare to give you like 0 green X, kind of
Yeah.
need more.
That's true, yeah. If they run out of missiles on any of the bosses and it refuses to give them any green X, it'd be a a point of concern for either runner, which is absolutely not, uncommon, especially on the Notori fight since they're using so many of their missiles. If they get hit once and they're not at full health, it could be very likely that Notori's Core X just starts spitting out a whole plethora of yellow X. And it'll definitely slow them down a little bit to have to try and wait to get a green X drop. So in Sector 5, there's not a whole lot to really talk about. It's mostly just execution based. Ooh, Rossu missing that wall
Did
jump.
Did he mean to shoot the block? Is that like a strat?
I think so. I don't know.
Eagle went for the thing where you climb up the block and then auto fire your charge beam, which is an old strat.
Oh no, Ross, no!
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Ross, what are you doing?
Really?
Oh, Ross is not gonna be. Oh, Ross.
I didn't expect this at all.
I did not either. Ross is pulling a secret key. He's completely forgotten ice missiles. The problem. Wait, let's see how long it takes him to recognize. Oh, he's going all the way. No,
There we
he
go.
realized halfway through. I bet he's. Oh no.
Dude, I'd be pissed.
I'd
be
too.
really pissed.
Especially in this race. This is like one of the most important races for him. Oh no.
Ghost of Secret Key lives on.
Gotta pray Eagle dies now.
Yeah, he's got to pray that Eagle messes up severely.
That a world record holder fails.
I almost regret saying that it would take a secret key for Rossu to catch up.
Did you really say that?
I said yeah, because I said there's always the possibility that Eagle could pull a secret key and forget ice missiles. And Ross forgot ice missiles. So Eagle now has a substantial lead over Ross at the moment, which is a shame.
Eagle,
But he's
just,
definitely not out of it yet.
just sit still for a couple minutes, man.
Yeah. At least he didn't make it all the way back to the navigation room before he figured it out. He made it halfway there. Well, more than
No,
halfway.
he made it
but...
like
He was pretty
2
close,
rooms
man.
before.
well, I meant like halfway up that room before he got to the recharge room. You realize there's no red flash.
This is rough.
The problem with Sector 5 is they have to go around once to unlock the door, and then they have to go get ice missiles, and then do it again and go back around. But it's so similar that it's easy for someone to go around the first time and go, okay, cool, I got what I needed, now time to leave. And it's... Man, it wastes a lot of time, unfortunately.
Dude,
So-
JC, you're a mod. Why haven't you banned Pulsemore yet?
So Eagle is now in the emergency section. I think emergency is honestly the biggest point of like the biggest skill point of the run to see how good each of the runners are with moving through rooms pretty quickly with using different techniques like R shooting and stuff like that. R shooting, by the way, is if they hold a charge beam and have missiles and they pull the right trigger, they can fire a beam without letting go of a ladder or without breaking out of a spin jump.
I was wondering where the spam was. Like, this is the first time I've been in a fusion chat for a long time, and there's been no spam in this section.
There's no spam.
Well, there wasn't.
Yeah. I
was
blame
just catching up.
JC.
Wait. Who is Poils more?
Person that really needs to be banned.
If only there was a spam emote. I mean, like the ham spam.
Yo, I get that emo. I'd go ham on the chat.
You go spam on chat.
Oh,
Well, ham too because it's four.
because it's ham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Eagle getting only one beam. That's gonna be. If you got
One
4
beam,
beams, it
doubles.
might have let Ross catch up a little bit. That's 1 double. Oh, he got 2 doubles. Wow.
You're pretty far behind, I think.
Am I? Oh, you wanna know why? It's because I switched over to the other thing. Whoops. No longer looking at the RTMP for a second. Whoopsie. Now, just because Ross pulled the secret key does not mean in any way that he is out of this. There's a lot of the run still left, even though that they're 40 minutes in. There's 30 minutes still left to be played, and the back end of the run is the biggest part of where runs can be either, you know, won or lost.
Would you say he needs a death to win?
I wouldn't say a death, no.
How about
he just
really
needs-
good animal RNG and Mechvarric gets like really god awful RNG?
He needs Eagle to have a terrible. He needs Eagle to have 4 beams, I think, on most of the doors that he comes across, as well as a pretty bad Yakuza fight and Nightmare fight. While Ross has like god tier fights for all the bosses and no beams. Actually, I'm gonna judge just to see how far behind they are. So 4103 is when I'll say he first stepped on the thing. See just how far back Ross technically is. And these two have been going at it back and forth
I hope Eagle dies once he's been posting in chat.
for a long bit. Has he been? What's he been saying?
Yeah, you just put OPOP, like
Oh, what a
freaking
jerk.
racing, and he's just like posting on the side during elevators.
Oh, what a jerk.
He deserves to die.
Oh, what a guy.
This 45 missile picking, chat posting.
So I'll say this,
Fiend.
Ross is... Man, he is close to, if not more than a minute behind Eagle at this point. He's more than a minute behind Eagle.
Well, every emote in chat should be like a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Eagle, you're gonna have to stop for 10 seconds.
So specific time that Ross is behind, he's behind by 1 minute and 8 seconds at the moment. Which is... It's pretty substantial. Especially in a run. I mean, if he... I don't want to say he's out of it, but it's going to be tough for him to make up that time.
Oh, did Eagle do the impossible strat? I missed it.
No, he did not. I missed the first bit of what he did. I don't know if he went for it and failed it, but it looked like he went for the jump extend strat. Oh my god. What in the world was that animals for Eagle? That is the best animal RNG that you can get.
Well, let's wrap it up, guys.
What in the
Well,
world
this
was
race is
that
done.
animals?
Everybody
Yeah,
go.
wow.
What if this is the 44?
I don't know his actual splits to know just how far behind or ahead that he is, but that was a very, very good animals.
Yeah, that was like god tier animals. Like really close to perfect.
I'm pretty sure that's the best animals RNG that you can get. It looked like as soon as the door opened, all of them filed out in a single file line.
No, the baby Decora like took it a little bit of time, but
Yeah, that's standard. Once all of them are out, that's a set time, I'm pretty sure, for the baby.
is it?
I believe so, because that baby doesn't come out until all of the other ones are out and in their position, and then that one waddles out. Oh, and Ross, one of the Edacoons ran past the door, so he's got to wait for it to run back.
Come back, come back.
So yeah, you can see there with Ross is that once that last Edacoon or Decora is in place, baby Decora hops out of the hatch and onto the deck.
Why did they program them like that? Like, come on, guys.
Well, I mean, one would ask why they even programmed them in this game to begin with. I mean,
Why did they even program this game?
Listen, it's assumed that like a player would know that the animals are in that room in Super Metroid, and that they're assuming that they have freed them at that point.
Yeah, this is basically a punishment game for everybody who liked Super Metroid and didn't save those dumb animals.
What do you even know about the dumb animals?
Yeah, exactly. I know nothing about them. I never save them.
Yeah. Damn them for being in Bomb Chorizo room.
Yeah, fuck them. I just want to watch the rest of this and just see Ross win. Gotta have faith.
Oh man. So I looked at Ross's stream because I wanted to see how far back on his splits he was from that secret key. He went from plus 22 to plus 109.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's pretty bad.
That's a brutal time loss. They're on their second visit to Sector 5 to get power bombs now. And to be fair, I mean, they are only grabbing 3 E-tanks. It is very possible that McVarrick can, die at any point of the run if he gets done in by the SAX.
Could you pronounce that name again, please?
Listen, I'll just say Eagle.
Wait,
how is it pronounced? Is it McVarrick?
Yeah,
I
McVarrick.
don't know, man. I'm not a Dane.
McVarrick. Something like that. For reference, I guess, on the splits that Eagle has for his 45, he's 12 seconds behind.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he's...
Pretty good.
That's pretty damn good. I think it's possible 45 pace, maybe?
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Pre-boss rush? It's a really...
maybe the best run of the tournament so far, maybe.
Well, if he finishes.
Yeah, if he finishes.
Well,
yeah, just like JRP's run, I mean, he could have a really good run going and then die.
JRP was on 45 pace, and he died. So,
yeah.
Fingers crossed that if Eagle is on 45 pace, that he doesn't, I guess, blow it to Omega.
Yeah. Actually, no, he's going to get the, what is it, soft lock from,
well, yeah, he can hard lock.
The Ice X.
He can hard lock at Yakuza too.
Yeah.
That's also a possibility. We found out that there is a way to hard lock at Yakuza.
Such an amazing game.
And only Paulsmore would be able to find something like this. Like, so apparently, and I don't know if it's been tested on console, but I'm fairly certain that it still applies. So that way, because I think it's the same thing as as the sound glitch with Box, to where if it has too many sounds going, so it just hard locks the game. So basically, at the beginning of the Yakuza fight, if you wall jump off the left wall to get grabbed early, while Yakuza is still screaming, like that screech is still going on, it has too many, like, you start trying to wiggle out of the, to skip the phase. There's too many sounds going on at one time where it doesn't know what to do with any of the sounds, and it just hard locks the game, and it just stops functioning.
I mean, I can kind of relate to that. Like, if I hear a lot of sounds, I kind of shut down. It makes sense.
Yeah.
If I'm like wall jumping and there's a giant spider above me and everything's screaming, I'm probably not gonna be able to cope either.
So,
that's what I call that.
yeah. Or like another game where they fight Ridley and they become super scared of Ridley after killing him so many times. Realism.
It would be good if the glitch was tied to the volume of the sounds as well. So Ridley just had like a 50% chance to hardlock.
It'd be pretty interesting. So there was a question in chat about the emulators. All of the runners that run on emulator are going to be running on BizHawk because it is one of the more accurate emulators that we have been able to find. Aside from apparently Huygen, which is one of the most accurate, but you know it's too CPU intensive to really ask anybody to use it for a tournament. Oh wow, Eagle got amazing luck. He got 0 beams in 1 round.
Eagle's kind of just showing off at this point.
Yeah, he's just wasting missiles by firing them at the ground and just over Yakuza's head.
He should be banned from any future races.
I mean, to be
My
fair,
opinion.
I mean, it did look like he lost a bit of time on that fight, but
Oh, it did. He did. He definitely did.
So we could see Ross if he. Ooh, nice beams. This is 3 beams. If he gets knocked out of bounds by Yakuza, he could find some kind of wrong warp to credits here.
totally can. We can corrupt the tiles. That's always fun. So yeah, there's 2 bosses that they can take you out of bounds and just ruin your day, and that's this boss, Yakuza, and Ridley. They can both grab you and like put you in a wall. You'll be basically out of bounds, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So we've been finding more and more recently of just how not, you know, solid this game is. For a long time, it was always thought that this game was flawless and that there was nothing like broken about it. But we've been finding a lot of ways to get out of bounds and ways to use respawning blocks to get pushed out of bounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, it's only taken
14
how many years?
14 years later, boys.
Yeah.
And still doesn't do much.
Older than
Yeah.
Paulsmore and still not that great.
It's still it doesn't even do a whole lot. The most useful thing that we found so far is the out of bounds respawning crumble block or respawning block thing to get pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, because it makes 0% actually fun.
It makes it actually like doable
Possible. Yeah.
in like RTA.
Yeah, in a single segment, it's actually, you can do it, and it's fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, better than doing 5, or what is it, 7 frame perfect inputs?
It is 5 frame perfect jumps, I believe, across 7 frames of error, which I'm pretty sure 7 frames in a 60 FPS game is 0.12 seconds.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I'm just gonna say that my math is correct and screw anybody who just decides to correct me.
Well, it rounds up to 0.12. So you're
Yeah.
right.
Sweet. But still, that's a very, very narrow window. So, Ross still chugging along. He's sort of catching up. I think. Eagle's just been having a pretty good back half of the run, unfortunately,
Yeah,
for
same.
Ross. Had a pretty good Notori fight, though. gets, I think that was a double. That one was definitely a double. Yeah, he got a double-double in a sweet spot on the core.
Yeah, Kadoom already won. These guys are just going for second place. That's all.
Yeah, if anybody in chat knows where Kadoom is, please bring him home. We miss him.
I mean, he
Yeah.
posts on Twitter, so
I've actually seen, he's been spotted, I think a few times in a couple of Fusion streams.
Kadoom spotting in your neighborhood.
Well, I believe the only person to have ever spotted Kadoom is the only person who would ever look at a viewers list, and that's Paulsmore. So, I mean, apparently, according to Paulsmore, he, has been watching Fusion sometime, but, definitely lurking.
It's just like Paul's more to like
Which is
call out lurkers.
Listen, which is completely fine if you're lurking. There's literally nothing wrong with it.
Just like Paul's more.
But I believe he posted in the Fusion Discord a picture of a viewer list with Kadoom's name on it at one point. But I believe it was Kadoom came back to Fusion for, I want to say, like a couple weeks, and then just stopped playing again.
He quit because this game sucks.
Same with Jamilton.
Yeah.
Jamilton was back as it was some like ridiculous name, like ridiculous new username. I think it was like XX420 Bukaki Lord XX, and like it was definitely Jamilton.
Is he a part of your fantasy football team?
No, not even close. Not even close. But
So good.
Getting back to the run at hand, Eagle had 0 beams and a near perfect nightmare
here
fight.
Here we go. The chokes.
Please. This is Eagle. I don't think he's gonna choke this one away. Not at this point.
Yeah, he's maybe lost like a few seconds. It counts, man.
Uh-oh.
We'll take what we can get on Ross's team.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Still getting that like close to sweet spot. Jeez. The Eagle is just all business. Jersey.
So when I spoke to Eagle at ESA, he seemed like he seemed like he'd kind of achieved his goals with Fusion. Now that he has a 45, despite occupying the second spot on the leaderboard.
That's fine. He's the world champion of Fusion in everybody's mind, though.
But I don't know if
Believe me.
after this tournament he's planning on not playing anymore or what. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he was doing 100% for a little bit. I'm not sure if he's going to continue that. In fact, I kind of want to talk to him about seeing if he would want to do 100% for the Metroid Marathon and for Fusion. Trying to put something together.
Still open for that?
Yeah. We're probably going to be cutting it off in 2 weeks. I feel like maybe we've already started discussing about the submissions and games and what we're planning on doing.
That's cool.
There was one thing that was brought up, and we don't know whether or not we're going to do this, but a Fusion relay race.
Ooh.
So, we've got one person who submitted 100% and 2 that have submitted 0%, so thinking 100%, 0% relay race, but
For what, the Metroid Marathon?
yeah, for the Metroid Marathon.
No, I'm not a fan of Fusion. I don't think we'll have it this year.
Yeah, you're right.
My word is law.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. I don't like this game. I'm not gonna host it.
But, that's just one of the ideas that I've someone had an idea for a relay race, and looking at the submissions, we could definitely put a relay race for Fusion together. Probably, I just need to talk to Eagle about 100% since I know his time is like pretty much the closest to JRP's for 100%.
Who's playing Zero Mission?
I believe Mickey submitted, and I think one other person. I haven't looked at the list recently, and I don't have it on hand to be able to tell you.
I could take a peek. 100%?
Zero Mission.
Oh, Zero Mission. Okay.
I know Mickey submitted, and Eagle had saw that Eagle submitted, or not that Mickey had submitted, and he's like, oh, then I don't need to submit then.
Yeah, Mickey submitted and Dragon Dark submitted.
That's who it was, Dragon Dark.
Ah, Lobson Heart.
Oh yeah,
The classic.
it's such a good speed run.
It's a lot better than Fusion's hard category, since I think for Zero Mission there's a lot more variability to enemy movement patterns and stuff like that, as well as the less health and missiles. Whereas in Fusion, you just get stuck with the same enemy patterns with the less health and missiles.
Yes, Morgan, I will commentate on the race. Both runners are playing badly, but Eagle's playing not as badly as much. And
Yeah,
there you go.
it's gotten to a point too where like we're also like, I don't know how many weeks into this tournament. I'd say like 2.5. So a lot of us have been doing commentary, and it's gotten like very routine. So there are some times where we might not like, where like something will be happening, and like it'll like something small, and we might miss it. So we apologize.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing most of the people who are watching this have seen a Fusion 80% run before, and probably quite recently.
Yeah, but then again, there are always those that because this is being held on speed gaming, so it's completely possible that because with so many tournaments going on and everything else, that it's another one of those things where people will pop in to see the game's about and stuff like that, and that's completely fine.
That's true.
And if we do a bad job at commentating, well, I apologize.
No way. As if we've done a bad job.
We've done a pretty damn good job, especially with like nailing some of the like commenting on some of like the smaller things that have been happening in the run.
Look at that text optimization. Oh, god tier.
As an
gameplay.
idiot, you would have to wait. You're gonna have to wait a long time to see JRP versus Eagle, since JRP lost his first match and is no longer in the winners bracket.
I mean, the only way they'll face off is if JRP wins all of his matches.
And Eagle wins all of his matches.
Yeah, or if Eagle loses, then wins all of his matches again.
Or
Like-
or if they meet in the losers bracket.
Like, it might not happen.
It's a very strong chance that it might happen, but
Oh yeah.
the nature of this game, it might also not. Yeah, he lost to Hubert as an idiot, and I think you might know Hubert from the SM community.
He's the one that deserves that guy's name.
Yeah. Wow. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, it looked like Eagle was like completely caught up with his splits from his timer, but I must have been looking at like an off moment. Yeah. After JRP died to Omega, he started playing Doom. And then it became casual gaming stream.
Casual gaming 2234.
Actually, that's not really fair though, because Hubert did have a really decent first run of the game.
I think
Most
you
is-
were one anyway.
Yeah.
What was his final time?
It was sub 2 hours, which is all that matters. It was like a 150 something or a 140, I think. Actually, here, let me see. Got a 158.39 RTA. So
Dang,
we got sub 2 hours. Good
not
for him.
bad.
So yeah, if there's any like questions about bracket stuff, you can find the bracket by clicking on the little image under the stream. If
my
you want to
God.
see like just how like far in we are and like who's where and who's been winning,
Ross
if
did
you haven't been
the
keeping up. He did the Critty 9 strat where he clicked into the box's hitbox.
He did the fast strat where you clip in the
Yeah,
box
man.
and risk your entire run.
Yeah, man. Listen, just because he's a programmer and understands his hitboxes more than you do does not mean you have any right to judge his opinion, which is obviously completely wrong.
Completely wrong. Fucking crazy, dude.
That was amazing.
That guy.
So the genesis of what we're talking about, there was a guy learning Fusion for the 12-hour challenge, and a guy told him to basically clip into Box's hitbox to deal, like, so he can stand inside Box's leg and start firing missiles that way directly into the hitbox instead of, grabbing the ladder and doing it the way you're supposed to, because he said it was faster. And when we tried to correct him, he told us that we did not understand hitboxes because we're not programmers. So,
And he proceeded to die over and over to box.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, there's one thing, like, if you know what you're talking about, and like, there's a very valid strat that you're like trying to help somebody who's learning. But like, if someone's learning and you're telling them, hey, do this very dangerous thing that even the task does, like that the task might do, and that no runner does, that's a little.
well, you're not going to get world record with that kind of thinking.
Oh yeah. Listen, the only thing that matters is world record.
It's the only reason to speedrun a game.
Totally.
I mean, every runner knows that. That's how they use their speed games.
Also, if me and Jack are going back and forth, we literally are just joking around about things that have been said in other chats that we've seen, which is, not our actual opinions.
No, my actual opinion is never speedrun, because you'll turn into somebody like me. Never do the 12-hour challenge and speedrun, that is.
Yeah, and if you do, don't do Super Metroid, or else you might end up getting a 45 in that game.
You might end up hating yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So yeah, Eagle is on his way to the end of the game. He's killed Ridley. The way he... Okay, those gold pirates, they're programmed pretty weirdly. They only check to see if you're facing the same direction, so you can shoot a wave beam at their front and then turn around and it'll go right through them and kill them. And since they've gotten plasma beam, it does damage per frame. So fighting Ridley, they want to shoot the wave beam directly diagonally through Ridley to deal the most amount of damage possible, so it stays inside the sprite longer. Ta-da! There you go. That's why they use charge beam instead of spamming missiles.
The golden pirate thing, I just don't understand at all. Like, wouldn't it have been easier to put a hitbox in the back and armor in the front?
Well, the thing is, too, I think they just reused the sprite, and then they just used a different layer to it. Like, they just put a gold layer over the Space Pirate sprite to save memory. And then by doing that, instead of actually like, giving it a specified hitbox, they just gave it a different parameter, since it was probably too much to change a hitbox for one model that's being overdone by a gold layer.
I guess that makes sense.
That's all like speculation. That's like my speculation of why it's that way, but it could be completely wrong. And we won't know because we can never talk to a developer unless we speak Japanese, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody speaks Japanese. In chat, if you speak Japanese and you know the developers, please ask them for us.
Yeah, contact anybody who's worked on this game, specifically that.
Yeah, ask them also how to break the event system.
Also, ask them why they haven't made a good Metroid since this.
Don't ask them that.
But totally ask them that. Shame them.
Wait, since this? Is that what you just said?
Well, to be fair,
Dude,
there.
not,
Well, wait,
not cool,
wait.
man.
I mean, we've got Echoes and
Fuck Zero
Hunters.
Mission.
Yeah, fuck Zero Mission. It's a shit game. But they did redeem themselves.
I mean,
later on.
okay, since I don't know, can we count Corruption as being good?
Yeah, I mean it's
I think
alright.
we can count Corruption. Corruption was pretty good.
It wasn't another round.
Listen, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. You know,
It wasn't the last 2 games they made.
it wasn't as good as Federation Force or Other M, but I mean, it was up there.
So Hercules Bench Press is now out of the tournament. It's been disqualified for bullshitting too hard.
Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
dude. I've been at a certain point, it just gets to be like so like routine to just for commentary. It's just like, especially when you do it so many times with like the same, because it's the same run over and over again.
Yeah.
It's better to add a little bit of flavor to it.
Yeah, that's
than
what I'm
just
hearing.
than just to sit here and be like robotically saying like, this is what this is happening, this is why this is happening, this is this
Have you
is
Did you see the Prime
you know.
commentary? It basically started out as that, and then it just turned into jokes.
Oh, dude, that's literally any time I stream or like any commentary that like that I'm a part of, because it's just like, okay, yeah, this is super serious, and then it just gets to a point of just like, all right, you know what, this just seems like too stiff, and I'm a firm believer of it's more enjoyable for a viewer if it's like the dynamic is fun and interesting while not being like so uptight.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping we can get Sam the Digital on commentary for grand finals.
Oh,
Dude.
that would be great. Oh my god, Sam's commentary. I honestly want to get him in for any of the winners, like semifinals.
Dude, whenever I think of Sam, I always think of that Zero Mission highlight.
Oh, that Zero Mission highlight is the best.
So which one?
good.
There's so many.
The one where he's
His controller
Game Boy
dies.
His Game
Oh,
Boy like
okay.
turns off. No,
He's
no,
like,
no, no, no,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, fuck!
He just
It's
top
so
of his
good.
lungs.
So good.
Eagle's about to beat the game. Fingers crossed, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye
His
on
health is
that.
kind of crappy.
Yeah, God forbid that he gets
Yeah.
touched by the he gets touched the wrong way by Omega.
Maybe he'll get steamed.
Gonna get bad touched by the Omega Metroid.
Yeah, maybe there's like a glitch where like if you get hit twice on the same frame, it takes your health down to 0 instead of 1.
Hold on, here I got a message for Eagle. There you go.
Oh yes, yes, that has to happen.
Eagle needs to go for Pogo, I think,
He really should. Like,
just to make it close.
yeah, and it's also fun to watch.
Totally. Let's see if he gets low height here.
I bet he'll be like, no,
He did not.
I want my 45.
Oh, she didn't get low height. She.
Is he gonna do vertical shots?
I believe so. I will
Like
literally
one
just
pixel
watch
off.
his stream. Yeah, he's doing vertical shots. Or, no, diagonal, I mean.
Leave.
Ross's, any chance that Rossu had of maybe winning? I mean, there might be at the door unless Eagle doesn't, like, get picked up by the ship right here.
Yeah,
which
his
he
Game Boy
did.
could die.
What
Well,
if
he
his
was
controller is
standing,
just
he
like,
was standing on the exact spot that he needed to stand on, so...
God, he's so smart. He thought of everything.
Yeah. He finished plus 36.6.
that German intuition?
1:14.05
German?
was the final time. German. Oh, what a jackass.
Very
Oh,
fun.
she...
GG's.
Well, you
G
know,
all around. I think this is a 46, possible
it's
45.
a 46. No, it's not a 45.
It could be a 45.
Mm-mm. It's like a mid to high 46.
I don't think so, no.
I think so.
Well, you don't run the game, so you wouldn't know.
I've watched a lot of runs.
Listen,
What, you want to go?
dude, we
Right
can
here,
go.
right now?
Yeah, man. Or we could save it until HDQ to throw down.
Oh, alright.
We'll get a pool full of Jello and some Speedos. We'll throw down.
So Eagle advances to top 6. He will play.
Yeah.
He will play Mickey Who in winners semis.
The other German.
And Mickey
The
Gano.
other German, that's right.
The other German.
Everybody, every Scandinavian is German. Period.
Scandinavian.
Mickey's
Mickey's not
close to being
Scandinavian, is he? He's Canadian.
What?
Mickey's
I mean,
Canadian.
they're
No.
both north, I guess.
No fucking way. He's not Canadian.
Yeah, Mickey's Canadian.
Mickey,
French Canadian.
please confirm, Mickey. You are not Canadian.
Mickey's French Canadian.
What are you
way.
talking about, Jack?
Yeah, he's Canadian. You don't know
No
this?
way. No
Yeah.
way.
Guess what? He's like, I think he lives in like, I don't know because I don't know Canadian, whatever. I think he lives in like the Quebec area or something
Yeah,
like that.
him
Like
and
that
Sam.
little section.
Him and Sam both live near Quebec.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
What?
He's Canadian.
No, he's German.
Yeah. All Scandinavians are German. Well, Mickey's not Scandinavian, so
Well, he is now.
it's gonna be
Anyway.
a German versus a Frenchie.
Anybody who sounds foreign and speaks English, probably German. So
Okay, so it looks like Ross is done. He's
Ross didn't die.
unfortunately,
Good job for us.
yeah, he didn't die, but he did kind of blow it by pulling a secret key. This match is gonna be close, but one kind of
how
mess
could
up,
you
kind of.
lose, Ross?
Ooh,
US lost to Germany.
116-11.
So Ross's match to get into top 8 loser side will be against JC probably, and
Yeah.
that potentially
Most
could be a
likely.
close one.
I don't know, man. The Hubert is still in this, man. Hubert could knock both JC and Rossu out,
That is true.
and then it could fall to him and Dragon Fangs.
And Dragon Fangs, which is a coin flip, obviously.
Oh, totally. Both very like highly dynamic runners of this game.
Complementary playstyles, I'd say.
Oh,
Bosses
so
are easy in Fusion because Fusion is an easy game.
oh, totally. So I guess we're gonna wait. We're gonna try to get both of our runners in here for to get their thoughts on the run. Oh man, that was a good race.
Well, like, half of it was.
Yeah, until we got to Sector 5.
Fucking secret key, dude.
50 keys. We have, after this, in about 30 minutes, there's a Super Metroid double anti-bingo tournament race that's going to be happening. And I don't remember who's racing in that, but there is a Super Metroid double anti-bingo coming up after this. And Eagle got a 46.
Do you know when the next Fusion race is scheduled for?
I do not, actually. I think there might be one tomorrow, actually. I heard some chatter in the Discord about that, something happening tomorrow, but I don't know for sure. Also, Eagle and Rossu are now in here.
7.
Hello.
We have
Hey,
our two
guys.
we have
It's
our
at
two
7 p.m.
champions, or we have a champion and secret key, stunt secret key.
I hate my life.
Ross, what the why?
Ross!
Yeah, I literally saw you
You
doing
lost to
it, and
Germany.
I could not. I was trying to yell at you through my computer to try to knock some sense into you, but it didn't work.
Why, Ross?
If you'd had the
So
stream
I
open
went to
to
the
hear our
room.
commentary.
I went to the room and I was like, "Where are the red lights?" No.
Yeah. And it was a very tight race up until that point. You guys were neck and neck. I think Ross, you actually had a little bit of a lead over Eagle at that moment.
Yeah.
I
It was
had
bad.
I had the second best run I've ever had, I think.
Nice.
It's plus 36 for my split, but when I got the 45, I saved like 40 something seconds compared to my previous PB, so it should be my second best run.
What was
Nice.
your theme total? Wasn't that like negative?
Say what?
Your eye door being total. You got 3
Yeah,
on the first
yeah.
door, and then all the others were like.
Like after Ross did that mistake, the game like decided to just hand me the win on a silver platter. I think I got like no beams from that point forward.
I think you
And
might have
I
had
love
1 or 2 after that, but I think that was it. It was very, very minimal.
Yeah, and I got a
And I was
1 round
punished.
Yakuza as well.
Yeah.
Dude, your animals.
Yeah. What was your animals about, dude?
God.
That was the fastest animals you could possibly get.
Oh, stupid.
The door opened and they just all jumped out at once.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? It was very reminiscent of my in terms of RNG, but I did not play as well, particularly at the beginning, but also a little at the end.
So yeah, I was punished after making that mistake. I had like a ton of 3 beams and 4 beams, and the 3-round Yakuza was pretty bad.
I think towards the end you kind of got hosed a little bit by RNG, and I think it was mostly just RNG that kind of.
But
With
looking
that.
at my splits, if I'd not screwed up the first boss fight and if I didn't pull the secret key, I would have also had a 46.
Oh wow!
From what I can tell, I sort of started catching up a little bit around the box fight.
Yeah, you guys
I
were.
screwed it up really bad. I ended up the fight with 0 missiles, and I was like, my controller sucks, so I'm not even gonna attempt to shine spark at sector 6. Just do the bomb and pick the missile up.
Oh, that's right. What kind of controller do you use, by the way? Because I completely forgot that you use emulator, and I just assumed it was a Game Boy.
I use a PS3 controller, so
Okay.
my old PS3 controller, while it's broken in fairly well, the D-pad is starting to act up, where it randomly presses up every time I do like a left to right motion. And it's pretty bad if you want to maintain space jump. You don't want to cancel it by pressing up. So I decided to buy a new controller, and the D-pad still has to be broken in.
I see.
So why did you play on
Excuses.
console, man?
I think I'd have similar issues with the console.
I'm really happy with how that run went. I'm very sad that ended up doing that mistake because I think it could have been very, very close for the most part of it.
Oh, absolutely.
So shame on you, Ross. I hope you don't do that and loses.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you could have slowed up a little bit for him to keep it close. I mean, it's not all on him.
I was
I was
considering
gonna ask
doing
you if you
secret
wanted
message.
to. I was gonna ask if you wanted to reset and try again.
It definitely would have been a first. I don't know if we would have had enough time with another race coming up, but definitely would have been interesting.
We can race off the channel at some point if you want revenge.
All right, but I was doing like until that point, actually until the box fight, I was doing really well. I was even gold splitting in some places. It was just unfortunate. Like the buttons on the PS3 are also very sensitive when they're brand new. So when I jumped and like I had my finger hovered over the B button and it just shot, I'm like, no. So it was also a contributing factor. Like I don't usually mess up box, and I actually messed it up twice today. One in the practice race with Eagle.
So Eagle, how do you feel about Mr. Mickey Gnu?
I raced with Mickey a couple of times, and Mickey seems to. He had, as far as I could tell, he had some very, very good races. For instance, against Dragonfangs, like overall pretty solid play. But he's also like, at least in some of the races we've done, he could be sort of hit and miss in terms of how well he does. But I mean, I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't do what Ross did just now and sort of give the win away. But
He just really wanted to see you win, man.
it'll be good. I'm looking forward to the race with Mickey, and hopefully it won't take. Hopefully we can get it done sometime this week.
Well, I mean, just remember, it's the winner's semifinal, so we still do have, I believe, 11 days until the deadline. So it's better always to get it done as soon as possible. But at a certain point, you'll be
I'll be waiting.
whoever gets to the winners finals, whoever wins that one will be waiting quite a bit for losers bracket to catch up.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Should be one of the closer races in this tournament. I think me and Mickey we're pretty close.
Mickey's really consistent too. He's a really, really consistent runner. So he's usually, in all of his runs, he stays as close as possible to his PB, while only being like a few seconds behind or ahead throughout the entire run. So it'll definitely be a close one.
I'm looking forward to it.
I bet you guys are close because you're German.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Mickey, German buddies.
Yeah.
If you're Hitler, he's basically Rommel's.
What in the world?
Wow.
My God. Jesus.
And on that note,
Yeah. That was sad.
Bye.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my.
It was good.
So